Our other top story, the law that was named after a student shot and killed at his Albuquerque middle school when a classmate brought his father's gun to campus.
The state law, known as Bennie'S Law, is meant to keep guns away from kids. But now, a year and a half into effect, is it making a difference? News 13's Annalisa Pardo looks for answers.
Bennie was extraordinary. He was the life of our family.
A life taken too soon.
I don't understand. I don't understand why he's gone, why he's not here. I ask myself every day.
Colette Weiss is Bennie Hargrove's mom. Bennie was 13 years old in August of 2021 when he was shot and killed by a classmate at Washington Middle School. The shooter used his father's gun, and Weiss was surprised to learn there was not a law in place to hold the parent accountable.
I think that in our situation, the parent should have been held responsible. But we did the law, so it won't happen again. Because I don't want no other family to feel what I feel.
The shooting prompted Albuquerque Representative Pamela Herndon to sponsor a bill allowing parents to be charged if their child gets a hold of their guns.
To make sure that firearms are kept safely stored out of the hands of people who should not have them, and primarily minors. That was the focus and goal of the legislation.
Bennie'S Law went into effect in June of 2023. Now, a little more than a year and a half later, has it made an impact?
And it wasn't necessarily to put people in jail or to prosecute them, but we wanted to make sure that our children were safe and able to grow up and have a good future.
In the about year and a half it's been in effect, 4 adults across the state have been charged under Bennie'S Law. There's been a case in Taos County, one in Santa Fe County, which will go to trial in April, Chavez County, which was later dismissed, and once in Bernalillo County, which charges were also later dropped. So far, there's been 1 trial in Taos County last June. William Brown was charged after a teen was shot and killed on his property, allegedly by another teen. District Attorney Marcus Montoya says this specific case was challenging.
In our particular case, of course, as everyone may know following this case, we didn't actually have the murder weapon. Now, we did have an arsenal in the house and evidence that, and testimony that it came from that house, but also the gun owner and the homeowner did have gun safes on premises.
Without the murder weapon, prosecutors could not prove the gun came from William Brown or that the gun was not stored safely. A jury found Brown not guilty of Bennie'S Law.
If you've got a gun safe, which is an exception, but if you have a 14, 15, 16-year-old child who has a combination of that safe, is it really securely stored? I would posit that it's not, because they still have access to it. Time will tell, right? Ours were factually specific. You can't fix, I think, bad facts with a statutory overwrite.
Other district attorneys across the state have told News 13 a big hurdle in prosecuting Bennie'S Law is tracking where a gun in a child's possession came from, with many kids getting guns, sometimes even stolen ones, through social media or even 3D printing.
The accessibility to guns, especially by juveniles who unlawfully have no reason to have these guns in their possession, is so prolific right now.
While there are no convictions under the law yet, do you want to see more convictions in this?
So what I want to see is I want to see more firearms stored safely.
Representative Herndon claims it is making a difference as a deterrent.
People are thinking a lot more clearly about how they should be storing their firearms safely and not leaving them around.
I do think that Bennie'S bill brought awareness to gun responsibility, right? And so I think that's a win in itself.
Meanwhile, Colette visits the reflection bench in her son's honor every birthday and anniversary.
The gun violence has damaged our family. No, we have not had no convictions behind it yet, but I think it put it in parents' ears that they will be accountable for their kids' actions and these guns.
Hoping he could see the lasting impact of his life cut short.
He would be amazed. He's probably up there like, "You did it, Mom." He's a star. That's what he always told us, "I'm gonna be a star." And he is. I don't like the circumstance, but I think it's great, and he's still a star.
Annalisa Pardo, KRQE, News 13.
Representative Herndon says there are no amendments to be made to Bennie's law this session, but she is looking at other ways to continue to address gun violence among youth. She's looking at funding to add mental health rooms at all New Mexico high schools and an internet privacy bill that would keep certain content away from users under 18.